All right, guys, it's the OC. I'm back again. I want to tell you guys what in the world the Cowboys should do about the offensive line situation in light of the injury to Tyler Biadasz. What are the options? What should we do? How this thing should look? Let's walk through it in this video. But before I get into the content, don't forget to SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. So, unfortunately, in the last game versus the Titans, we had an injury with our center, Tyler Biadasz. All reports say that he has a high ankle sprain. And Connor McGovern was moved from left guard to the center position, and insert Jason Peters to left tackle, and you move Tyler Smith to the left guard position. What will the Cowboys do this week if we have any type of injuries and either one of the tackles go down? Either Jason Peters and also a Tyron Smith. If we have any injuries, what is the contingency plan at this point with Matt Farniok not being available, by all reports still being on IR, and you also have Matt Walinsko that's out for the year with the shoulder injury? You have only a few options. But before I get into that, I want to echo my sentiments about the move of Jason Peters to left tackle and bumping down Tyler Smith, the starting rookie left tackle, to left guard. I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it. I don't think that that is the wisest move for this team. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Remember a couple weeks ago when Tyron Smith made his first start? And remember, they were having him on a pitch count. In other words, he was splitting series with Jason Peters at the right tackle position. Do you remember how Jason Peters looked at the right tackle position versus a Tyron Smith? Well, I'm going to just put it out here for you. Tyron Smith looked notably better at the right tackle position than Jason Peters did. And he was on a pitch count then. Do you mean to tell me that all of a sudden, looking okay and questionable on some plays at right tackle, that you are ready to be thrown into the fire of being a blindside protector for our franchise quarterback, Dak Prescott, and playing the left tackle position a whole game?
Oh, hell no. No, that's not the right thing to do. You don't put players in situations to where they could be exposed. And listen, in his prime, Jason Peters was one of the best. I think Jason Peters is still a good player today, but do I think it is advantageous to have him starting at the left tackle position for an entire game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because listen, a couple things in life are undefeated, and I'm going to mention one here. One is Father Time. Father Time is undefeated, and it doesn't matter what type of athlete you are and how well you take care of yourself. Time catches up with all men. Jason Peters is 40 years old. He got off the couch in East Texas. He's lost probably about 30 pounds at this point to work himself back into decent shape. And now you put him out there versus the best of the best in the playoffs. He's going to face Chase Young this week, a young, fresh, speedy, twitchy defensive lineman, and you got to hold up for 4 quarters. I don't like that idea. I think that it puts us at risk. I think it's putting Dak Prescott at risk. I think it's putting the continuity and the protection at risk, unless you plan to run too tight, or unless you plan to always chip on his side to give him help when we get into these playoffs and we play tough teams. Listen, the Cowboys, very likely, if they don't win the NFC East, they're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those guys got a pass rush. They're going to play, they win that game, they're going to play the Eagles.
Another one.
Those guys got a pass rush. Right? Then you very well could play the 49ers or the Green Bay Packers. Those guys have a pass rush.
I would rather go with a guy that's had the most experience, that got the most reps, that has the most tenure there this year, and that is the rookie Tyler Smith. He's been more than serviceable. Yes, he's got beaten for sacks. Yes, he's struggled in a few games, but overall, he's been very solid. He's been very consistent, and he's used to seeing the speed. He's used to seeing the moves in the fronts, and he is progressively over time getting better at his role. And for you to take away the development and bump him inside, now it's like he has to play a new position. Although he can play it, you got to get him inoculated to play in a new position and get used to being inside and reading the twists and the stunts, which he made an error on one of those versus the Tennessee Titans. And it wasn't because he can't do it and he's not smart enough. It's just because he hadn't played down there, and it's a different feel playing inside versus a Jason Peters, a guy that is big, a guy that is still tremendously strong, and a guy that could potentially give you some really good double teams and some inside push to help that power run game that the Cowboys will need. And I'm going to do a video on that and more to come on that one. But I'm telling you this, that would be ideal for Jason Peters. It would be ideal for him to be inside and to have the insulation of a center and of a tackle next to him and not have to play on an island at this point in his career. I guarantee you that. And I'm telling you, if we don't help Jason Peters coming up in this game, is going to be some issues if they start him there the full game there. So if they have him on a pitch count, let's go to option 2, which is where I really want to go in this video. Who should be getting the snaps? Is it Josh Ball?
No, God!
Absolutely not. Josh Ball is not ready to be an adequate pass protector for Dak Prescott in this offense. And if you have him there, you got to help him. Almost every pass pro are third and long, and it's not going to be adequate for us to open up the offense and be able to have longer developing routes and push the football down the field, which I think we're definitely going to need to do versus these Washington Commanders. So your best option, and I said this in the preseason, activate him. I pray they're giving him reps this week. Avante Collins, that is your solution. He is your new swing. Avante Collins is your new swing. He has the agility. He ran a 4.9 4.7 40 at 300 pounds coming out of TCU. He even started some games and played for the Minnesota Vikings. It was even argument about, hey, why is this guy not playing? Eventually, politics, etc., take over. He's out. In Minnesota, they had special packages for him at Minnesota. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers before coming to us. He played well in the preseason. He played plenty well enough. If something happened to Tyron Smith or to a Jason Peters where you easily could bump him at right tackle, let's say if Tyron Smith was out, you bump him at right tackle, you're fine there. You're okay. Is he Jason? Is he Terrence Steele? No. Is he good enough to get the job done? Yes, absolutely. If something happens to Jason Peters, well, easy. You take Avante Collins, you bump him down to left guard. You bump him to left guard, and you start Tyler Smith, in my opinion, where he should be and should remain, at the left tackle position. He is now your new swing. And if you're looking at Josh Ball as a swing, you should not. He is not ready. It is going to be a detriment to our team. I don't care about draft picks. I don't care that you drafted him and you invested draft capital in him. I don't care about any of that. This is the playoffs. We need to win games, and we need to put our best 5 out there and arguably our best 6 and have them ready to go and have them rotationally and position flex ready to play. As Mr. Jerry Jones have said himself, we need position flex this week until we get Tyler Biadasz back. You got to have, and even when you do get him back, you should have position flex with Avante Collins. He can play tackle. He can play left guard. He's proved both, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts below in the video. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, those C100, on Twitter. And until next time, see you.
Run it up, run it up.